Is that it? Is that it?
Are we dancing to silence right now, or can the audience?
No, I think we're still we're dancing to silence.
I think that's embarrassing.
I think that we're on.
So like we're on. Like this is on right now.
Okay, we're live.
We're live. Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Riverdale After Show here on the Stream.tv. I'm Sinead de Vries. I got Ashleigh Mova over here to my left, and Meghan Lamontagne over here.
Hey guys.
Oh my gosh,
we got so many good daddies tonight.
I didn't say daddy.
We got so many good ones tonight.
We did.
So many daddies.
There were so many daddies.
Wait, can I just make point that I don't think we realized this until after the fact, but when Daddy walked in, both Kevin and Betty said daddy with Veronica. They all went, daddy?
Yeah, I love that because I feel like Kevin and Betty are like friendship goals, you know?
They are friendship goals.
All right, you guys, well, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Riverdale After Show. So, episode 2 of the second season, we're kind of getting into what is the main plot of this season, which is there's a murder on the loose and
just killing people.
He is ruthless. So let's talk about the biggest thing that happened in this episode, which I think, I mean, there are a couple really good things that happened in this episode, but I think just we get to see that this person, right, they call him the Angel of Death.
Angel of Death.
The Angel of Death is not messing around. Like, he is, I thought I was kind of with Archie when he was thinking that maybe he was being targeted.
I thought so too.
Now, after he killed the girl who was talking to Reggie and random Joe Schmo in a car, I'm like, okay, like, what is this guy's deal? Is he just trying to make a general statement? Because clearly he's connected to the main cast, because that would be poor writing if he wasn't. And we know that he will be in some way or another. But I don't know, you guys, do you have any guesses on who you think this guy could be now, knowing that he just killed 2 randoms?
So I know last week you had speculation that it could be Betty's dad.
Yeah.
We haven't seen we didn't see Betty's dad in this episode.
He was in the preview for next week's episode.
Perfect.
Spoiler alert.
But I see a weird resemblance between that main serpent guy, and I know his eyes aren't as green, but if you notice when
he walked in,
when Jughead was talking to him in the parking lot, wherever they were, the camera never got this guy's eyes. He kept like kind of like looking. I was specifically trying to see if they were green, and they are green, but I don't know. The camera was kind of avoiding them. They have the same face to me.
I still would think it would be Betty's dad, but at this point, because it just didn't line up. It doesn't make sense for Betty's dad to kill them randomly. But what I was thinking maybe is, first of all, can we just talk about how they replaced Reggie? And like, I would not have caught on to that, but we had to have a conversation about it because they do not look alike at all.
I can't
whatsoever.
say whatever. That's better than when they replaced Jesus on the Fosters.
Yeah, because at least like that. I mean, these guys look alike.
There was like a solid 2 feet of difference in height between the new Jesus and the old Jesus.
But it's like we knew Jesus enough to know, okay, they're referring to him as Jesus.
That was like laughable.
This is Jesus. But we didn't know Reggie that well enough for you to already replace him. They're both cute, so whatever. But I was thinking,
this guy's really cute.
Maybe
they're like, I think it was okay because I feel like we didn't see Reggie a lot in season 1.
Yeah, and also like
he's 13 Reasons. Like I'd pick that too.
Yeah, but okay, the girl that we saw that was actually shot at the end of this episode.
I don't know. They're both equal. They're both equal.
Sorry, keep interrupting you.
They're both so cute. They're both so cute. But the girl that we saw at the end of this episode get shot, is she Reggie's girlfriend? Maybe that is Reggie's girlfriend. He shot her to like show that, oh, she's cheating on you, Reggie.
Yeah. I like
so that somehow
like
it comes back to Archie in some weird shape or form.
Yeah, like maybe that Archie is onto something and that he is being targeted because of the Grundy thing. That would make sense. Or like maybe this killer has been wronged in one way or another, or I don't know. It's just like, I feel like the motive has to be something that would make sense to the audience. So it's like the motive for killing, if it was because Archie cheated, or not even cheated, because Archie was hooking up with Grundy, like they weren't cheating on anybody. If it was because of that, like, why would that matter to us? That's why I can't figure out the motive now, because I thought maybe it had something to do with the parents. You know, I thought like, okay, so the fact that Archie's dad had said no to that deal and then was killed the next day, that was along the lines of where we were going. But now that they killed this girl, I thought maybe is she connected to the serpent somehow? And like maybe we're gonna find out that Grundy was connected to the serpent somehow. Like that's what I thought. It either has to be like something serpent related, right? Because I feel like we're gonna get into that. even more now that they've introduced this new stake charmer girl. Like, clearly there's a big thing going on, and the fact that Betty's mom also said, like, great job, Betty, you wanted to save this place. Like,
oh my gosh, she's being such a bitch, dude.
I know, but she's so good.
Betty's mom needs to sit the F down. Like, I'm like, girl, you're hot, but like, you just need to calm down.
She's
like,
so hot.
Did you guys watch Gossip Girl ever?
XOXO.
No. Did you watch it?
I watched like the first season.
Okay, well, I've watched it 6 times through. It's on Netflix, by the way. It's incredible. And she played a very similar character.
Oh, really?
Gossip Girl?
On Gossip Girl.
Who?
Yeah, and this is from the creators.
Mom. Okay.
Riverdale is from the creators of Gossip Girl.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yes.
But she is so, to me, perfectly cast for this because her character's so different from the one on Gossip Girl, but so similar in so many ways. Like, before, she was like, obviously it was a long time ago, so she wasn't playing anybody's mom, kind of, sort of, where she was. But she had this very bitchy, like, ruthless
She has like a look where she
attitude.
looks like she's a cat, and it kind of gives her a bitchy look, which I love, which makes her so
but
hot.
She is such a freaking
Yeah.
bitch on the show. But I love it because I feel like that is really what we're supposed to be focusing on. This main plot of the fact that, like, Jughead is going into the danger zone. Like, the serpents are going to be more dangerous, I think, this season than we've ever realized. And I wouldn't be surprised if this killer wasn't a serpent because of his, like, nature of murdering people. Like, that was
true.
like so dark.
That was dark.
That was like 5 shots.
Yeah.
And blood and just nasty.
No, it was 2, so it could kill both of them. I think it was 2.
But why would
I
this
don't know. It
killer...
might be over-exaggerating. I do that a lot.
Why would this killer, like, kill Mrs. Grundy with the violin or whatever?
Well,
like,
because
why?
Archie gave it to her.
Right.
But, so I think that definitely is significant. They wouldn't do that, like, just
and
by
Archie
accident.
thinking that it's the ex is it's a good thing, but
Yeah.
I mean, I do believe that when the sheriff said, like, his motive is airtight, I feel like that we're supposed to believe that. Because
right.
You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying? If there's anything we've learned from PLL, there are some things they just give to you so that you understand the plot a little bit.
I think it's also crazy that the sheriff just, like, glossed over, like, oh, we were really close. If that, like, just like PLL, if that were real life, like, the sheriff would be like, what do you mean you guys are so close?
Also, I was like, did
Yeah.
Archie not just make himself a suspect here because she was with another guy or another kid, and if the sheriff was listening to that and was like, what do you mean you were really close? And then thinking about what had just happened to Grundy before that, she was teaching another lesson. If you were a real sheriff, you'd put that in your head within seconds, and you'd be like, jealousy? What? Huh? What?
Yeah, so
And
true.
then thinking that, but you're right, it just was like no big deal.
I think the sheriff definitely got the idea that they had, like, done the deed, but not...
I wonder if it'll come back. Like, I wonder if it'll come back up.
Oh, I think it has
because
to.
it's
Well,
such
the
juicy
reason
drama.
why Archie probably isn't guilty either is because they're putting 2 and 2 together that this killer is the same, and obviously Archie wouldn't have shot his dad, and Archie was right there.
Right.
You know, so maybe that gives him in the clear.
And like, also along the same lines of, like, being a little confused, I also don't know how I'm supposed to feel right now about the Lodges because
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my
first
God,
of all, Mrs. Lodge, Hermione, she is, what did I say? I think she's the most maniacal woman out of everybody, out of all the parents. I think that we're really getting to see a new side of her. She might be more evil than Hiram.
I think so.
First of all, I hate the word maniacal. Every time I have to read it out loud, I always say maniacal.
Wait, that's a really big word. I don't even know what that means.
It's the worst word to read it on
Maniacal is
prompter.
like the
It's
adjective form, of maniac.
Anyway,
maniacal.
But like maniacal is just like really evil. Also,
I love that. I'm going to use that
maniacal?
all the time.
It's spelled like that.
Okay,
anyways,
that doesn't even sound like a word.
Totally that's a different topic. But I'm wondering if Hiram was buying the diner before, or he did that out of, like, the courtesy of his heart to, like, help out the situation. Was it really them who were, like, the buyers in the first place, or, like,
or did they change their mind halfway through? Maybe after Veronica got upset about it. But yeah, and like he was like, as of 5 minutes ago, we own this place, and like just
when is 5 minutes ago? Can we be more specific?
Right, and then he's like, and I told Tate that he could stay on as manager. So it's like, okay, like, are we supposed to like you right now? Because
is Tate Pops?
I think so.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I think
that
so.
makes sense.
I've looked at you. I was like, I think so.
I think
Do I
so.
think so?
IMDb.
Megan, can you tell me if I think so or not?
I think you think so.
Yeah. So
maniacal.
Maniacal. maniacal. Maniacal. But yeah, I do think that they're trying to confuse us a little bit. I think that Hermione's freaking crazy.
She really is.
I love the Lodges so much. I don't know how to feel about Hiram because it's like I feel bad for him because he's trying to relate so hard with his daughter. But I think super hot, so like I forgive him for a lot of things.
Like I think it's a little bit sketchy. Like I don't think that he's as innocent and he's trying to make himself be like you were in jail for a reason. Right. Like I think that he's a little bit sketch along with his wife, and that's why they make such a good couple.
Yeah, and I wonder what the connection also, speaking of parents, is between FP, Jughead's dad, and the snake charmer woman. He sounded like emotional when he was like, do not get involved with her. Like, you don't want to be in bed with a snake charmer. It's like she said to him,
so scandalous.
this is what, like, I'm going to do you a favor and you're going to owe me. So I want to bet you right now that Jughead's going to have to do something so effing crazy.
But I thought she was inferring something,
sexual?
Yes.
Yeah, I did too as well.
And that's why he said, don't get in bed with a snake charmer.
That's, I think, exactly what he meant.
That's such a cute name, by the way, snake charmer.
I know, I love it.
Wait.
Meghan moment.
That woman wasn't old enough to be his mom, but who is Jughead's mom? Did she die? We should know this.
No, she didn't die. His sister, Jillibean, lives with her, remember? And like, remember he called her. He called his mom last season, and like she was like, "Oh, like we don't have space for you."
That was
Jughead.
But
that was really sad, and he cried about it. Remember?
You guys, speaking of FP, and this is kind of a little bit of a tangent, but
hot?
I saw.
Oh no.
You think FP is hot?
Hell yeah, I do.
You do?
Ew, you think everybody's hot.
Ew.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Wait, no.
Are you calling me a hoe?
Like,
no, you think Jughead's hot, but you think FP is hot too?
I think Cole Sprouse is hot.
Oh my.
And you think his daddy is hot too?
I think his daddy is hot. I think Daddy Lodge is hot.
The whole cast is hot.
I think new Reggie's hot. I think fake Reggie who died is hot. Who kind of looks like new Reggie, but he's not new Reggie.
Fake Reggie and old Reggie.
Well, too bad. R.I.P. Fake Reggie's dead. I was like, oh my god, they killed Reggie.
No.
They recast him and killed him, and they're like, you guys,
and we're like, that's not Reggie.
That's not Reggie. I was like, okay, well he's still hot. R.I.P. Yeah, I think everybody's hot, but I don't know why. I don't know why I think everyone's hot.
It's okay.
Anyway, I know why, you guys. It's because Riverdale uses that lighting that I learned about tonight. Thanks, Major.
Fog.
Major told me that it's the lighting in the show. They use some sort of like haze, which is why everyone's skin looks so good. But there's something about like that ruggedy bad boy look in natural light. I know that sounds so freaking weird, but like it's like there's a Valencia filter on at all times.
Constant Valencia.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? They put the Lux up and they threw a Valencia filter like 34.
Well,
and they turned the highlight down.
Speaking of scandal, I saw a really good fan theory on our YouTube page. I wish I could remember the person. But they said that the reason why FP and Mrs. Cooper got in that little tussle at dinner is because originally, what if FP impregnated Mrs. Cooper and that's
the long lost brother?
That's the long lost brother.
Interesting.
I love that. You're giving me serious.
Could you imagine the long lost brother was a part of the Serpents?
I would love that.
Right?
Oh my God, make it happen.
It was a really good theory. I was like, yes.
That's amazing.
Yes, I love that too.
I'm reapplying my lipstick while you talk.
That's fine. It's a really good lipstick.
FP impregnated who?
Thanks. FP impregnated Mrs. Cooper.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was
would be
the first
But aren't they
baby.
connected through Serpents somehow?
Mrs. Cooper and FP?
They're connected somehow. Remember when they were talking outside last season, and Mrs. Cooper went up to FP, and then he was like, don't think I've forgotten what side of the tracks you're from.
Oh.
Which would make even more sense to your theory, because maybe she left the Serpents, but maybe they did have a thing.
That
which
would
be so Riverdale for us to find out that Mrs. Cooper and FP did have a thing, and Betty and Jughead share a sibling. Hello, PLL.
Hello, incest. We love it.
Love it. Yeah, so I don't know. So right now I feel like the main points we're getting at right now is this murderer. And who is this girl? I feel like if we find out more about the girl that he killed, we're going to start putting this together.
I feel like we should know. I think, guys, tweet us. They had a conversation in the beginning. Reggie and this girl were talking in the beginning.
Yeah.
They were.
There's definitely a connection there for sure.
You know? I forget. I think we missed the conversation.
Nothing is random, remember?
Nothing is random.
Nothing is random.
Was it like just a person he was chatting with?
Is
that the girl he gets his drugs from? Are they together? Are they brother and sister?
Yeah,
I don't know.
and maybe it has something to do with like Okay, I don't think the killing has anything to do with the drugs, but I do think that there is something that's going to come from all this drug stuff, right?
Speaking of which, I think Mrs. Cooper is going to write an article about the drugs and about Archie and about his affair with a teacher at the school. I think that she's going to write an article about it.
Yeah, that would be great. I think that the fact that she took pictures of Reggie talking to that car, too, and she was like, there's been multiple drug dealings. It's a matter of time before Mrs. Cooper figures out that Archie is also getting drugs.
I feel like she has an inkling.
That's
inkling.
No K, just one K.
Inkling.
Inkling. I think she has an inkling. Also, what was I gonna say? Oh, Dilton Doyle. Right?
Oh, I love that name. Dilton Doyle. I love that name. Worst name ever.
Well, Ashley, when he walked up and she was like, "Hey, Dildo," I love that. That's got to be like the name that people call him in high school.
Yeah.
But Dilton Doyle, the fact that he gave him a gun, like, are we not a little suspicious of Dilton Doyle?
Know if that gun is the
Scout.
OG gun. Is that the OG gun that did the shooting?
And is Archie
gonna be the OG gun?
What if Archie is caught with that gun and that gun
links back
to one of these crimes?
That's probably what's gonna happen.
I would love it.
You guys, that's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
That gun is gonna. He's gonna get in trouble.
We just
for that
predicted
gun.
the end of the movie.
We did.
We did.
Are we horrible people?
We are terrible. I'm sorry.
But yeah, no, I do think that gun is going to come back to haunt them. Also, Dilton Doyle, I just feel like it's so random that they keep introducing him.
Yeah.
Because he was the guy that was there on July the 4th that saw Grundy and Archie. He saw Grundy and Archie, right? He's one of the only people that saw them together.
Yeah, what if he's working for Mrs. Cooper? Is that a stretch? I think that might be a stretch.
I just think that he's got to have something. There's got to be something with him. Why would they keep bringing him on the show? Because he was the only one that was there July the 4th with Archie, and now they're randomly bringing him back and he's giving Archie a gun. It's like, first of all, Dilton, where did you get your gun from? And I know that, like, Cub Scouts don't use guns. They use, like, bow and arrows.
Yeah.
So I just think that that's weird that they keep bringing him back.
Sorry, so I'm trying to figure out who this girl is.
Yeah.
So it says the girl is Midge, Moose's girlfriend. Moose was the guy who was closeted and hooking up with Kevin.
Yes, Moose is the football player. He's from the original comics.
Yes, okay, Majors.
Moose was from the original comics, and his girlfriend in the comics was Midge.
So that's Midge, who was in the car. That's the character.
So was that Moose in the car?
Wait, I'm sorry.
We haven't even met Moose. Because in the original Archie comics, there was this character named Moose. He was like a football player. He was kind of like buff, right?
Okay.
He was like he was a football player, and his girlfriend was Midge in the comics. And this person is saying that Midge was in the car. She was the one that got shot.
Maybe that was Moose in the car.
Okay.
Maybe that was Moose.
I just feel like maybe it wasn't Moose because why would you be hooking up in the car?
Closeted, Meg?
Meaning like he is like gay because he was hooking up with Kevin as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, which I don't think that was him that they killed tonight.
I think Moose and the girl are together. Moose is the one who found Jason's body with Kevin.
Right.
Moose is the one who found Jesus' body.
So maybe that's where we've seen him before.
Moose and Kevin were hooking up, you're right. And wasn't Moose also a serpent, though, in this show?
No, that was Joaquin.
Oh, Joaquin.
Damn,
Kevin gets around.
I know.
Kevin's doing. Kevin's doing his thing.
Me. That would
it was Moose and Midge in the car.
sense.
Okay, yes. So that was Moose. So we have seen Moose before. It was just probably in a quick flashback when
so they killed
him
Moose
and Joaquin
and
were
Midge.
together.
Wow,
I'm sorry, him and Kevin were together.
They're really, not doing the comics justice.
Moose and Midge.
But
Found
that's
Jason's
interesting.
body.
Also, they took some like pixie sticks, like drugs before.
For sure.
Yeah. So it's like, could it be connected to that? Could it be connected to the fact that it's just like they're like serpents?
Oh, it's the drug dealing for sure. It's the drug dealing.
What do we care about that? That's why I feel like it can't be that.
I don't, but Betty's mom clearly does.
I know, but like that can't be the killer's motive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Do you think in some way the killer's motive is actually, I don't understand why he would go after Archie's dad, but do you think in some weird, twisted way the killer is trying to protect Archie because obviously anything that got out with Mrs. Grundy could, screw him up, and also the fact that maybe he was going to start taking drugs and those drugs originally would have come from Midge.
Yeah, but why would he shoot the dad?
Right, that's the only thing that doesn't, I can't connect.
And maybe that's what Midge and Reggie were talking about, because if Reggie's dealing drugs to Archie, maybe he was getting his drugs from Midge.
Right, exactly. That's exactly my point.
Maybe when Archie and his dad were meeting at the diner, Archie's dad was going to say something hurtful that like he was going to reveal, and then the gunman didn't want him to reveal it.
Yeah, that seems so lame, you guys.
It does.
I know.
It depends what it could have been that he was saying.
Right.
Like, oh, I'm not your dad. Ooh. and that was the real dad, ooh.
So what? The gunman's like the Jigsaw of Riverdale, and it's like
Dude,
looking
Saw
out for
is
the
my
greater good
favorite
of
movie,
like.
so yes. You want to play a game?
But there also has to be connection as to why Fred's wallet is still gone.
Right, and that
Dude,
definitely
Veronica
is gonna come
has
back.
it. Can I stop saying dude? Veronica has it.
I don't think Veronica has it.
Maybe it's in the diner, and that's why they bought it.
But what? It's under a tile.
I don't know.
I just don't know. I like nothing
in
right
the
now is
milkshake.
making sense, which
The
is
wallet
it's a
milkshake.
good thing I think because we're not catching on to like the main reason for any of this, but also it's a bad thing because it's like nothing is tying together right now.
I know.
No.
We're all like, maybe that's.
But I just don't really care. Like I didn't care about Moose and Midge at all.
No,
like,
not at all.
Was I
I
supposed
don't
to
think
care about them?
we were invested into them. I mean, if you were a fan of the comics, maybe you were, but
Maybe.
they just introduced them this episode and then
Yeah.
already killed them off. So it's
Right.
like there was no investment.
Yeah, and also like I feel like if they were gonna kill Grundy, what they should have done is like have Archie and Grundy run into each other in the first episode
Yeah,
of the
I
new
agree.
season. Run into each other and have a moment. Maybe he's with Veronica. Maybe there's like a weird like eye thing going on. And then at the end of the episode have her killed. Like just because right now I'm just like you're killing all these people. You saved the one person that I do care about, which is Mr. Andrews. But you killed Grundy, and granted I actually did kind of like that storyline
Yeah.
last season, but I'm also so removed from that storyline. And now you've killed two randos that I just met. I just met that girl this episode, and I met Moose for half a second last season.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out like why I'm supposed to care about these
Maybe
people.
when the reveal happens, it'll all come together, and then it'll be like a oh shit moment. But till then, like, I don't care.
Maybe the killer wasn't trying to kill Mr. Andrews. Maybe he was just purposely trying to wound him so he could get the wallet and run. Because it is weird that the other kills were so violent. Like,
Yeah.
That's true.
You know?
Well, I mean,
Not that Mr. Andrews' wasn't, but like, he could have walked in, went right to Mr. Andrews and went boom, but he didn't. He kind of like stalled with Pop and was like, open your
Yeah,
like.
and
he
why
kinda-
didn't the killer shoot Archie? Like, why did he just hold it there? You know. So I get what you're saying.
Right, you know?
what happened with Cheryl's mom this episode? I don't know why that
I don't know,
just
but
crossed my mind.
that poor
but
woman. Someone needs to put her out of her misery.
Yeah, I can't remember, but something happened where I was like,
She
oh,
was
shit.
basically saying like she didn't want Cheryl to testify.
Oh yeah.
And then-
Cheryl's testifying. Okay,
Right.
yeah,
So and then Cheryl ended up doing that.
yeah. That was
which
sweet of her, I guess.
Which was sweet of her, but she also did it for the fact that she could now own the tape of her dad. Or
I
what
wonder
are
what
they
she's
called
gonna
now?
say. Blackmail?
No, kind of, but no. The USB port or what is
USB
Flash drive.
Flash drive. I'm like,
What do you call them now? We've been calling it that for like 15 years.
That's what it is. Like, there's no other name.
No, I was like, I said tape.
not CD-ROM, not floppy disk.
I was like, shoot, the tape, the VHS, the
Yeah,
cassette
no.
tape.
Yeah, no, but I do. Just like right now, I just kind of want them to get back to like the main cast right now, and like
Yeah.
because I totally get that you can't kill off main people, and I'm really happy that they're not. But right now, it's really hard for me to invest in these other storylines because I just don't care about these people.
Yeah.
You know, I just
True.
don't. I
Yeah.
don't. I am really interested in the stake tremor thing. I'm happy that like I like the FP storyline and like the whole jail thing, and I like the Cheryl storyline and like that coming back, and like the mom. Like I want to talk about that a little bit more, and like what the F is going on, or what happened, or like. Did Cheryl's mom, Mrs. Blossom, really kill her dad? Like, is that what we were alluding
And a lot of
to?
people were speculating, like, did she really go back into the fire to, save the family portrait? A lot of people were speculating that that's not how she got burned. So, wondering how she got burned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Really quick, so at _cupcake says, guys, it's 3 a.m. here in the UK. Just wanted to share how hot
Hi.
Archie is. Yeah, KJ Appa.
I don't
he's
know what
so
it is,
hot.
you guys. I don't know why. It's just like,
He's so hot. You don't think anybody's hot?
oh, I think everybody's hot. I think I just like more of I guess Archie's kind of a
Is it because you're
clean-cut look.
engaged or
I know, I was just
something?
saying, look at that rock on her
No,
finger. She's not gonna think
I just
anybody's
think I
hot.
like more of a goody two-shoes look. I guess Archie is kind of
Yeah,
goody
that's true, because your celebrity crush for the longest time was
Scott
Scott
Disick.
Disick. Remember? She likes that like very polished, like I took 45 minutes to gel my hair kind of
Yeah.
look. also kind of is like your fiance. He's so well put together, right?
Oh,
Yes.
I love him.
Yes.
You're disgusting. No, I'm just kidding. But maybe that's it, because there is like a certain
It's like an edge. He has like a certain hair dangling. It's like,
yeah.
put it back.
Also, Riverdale, the cast of Riverdale, they all
Very
look very
edgy.
young as
yeah.
well. You know.
I like an older man.
Yeah, you like an older man. As do I, but like for some reason I'm just like way into every single person on this show. Except for Cooper, Mr. Cooper. He's fine. I'm not really into him. Also, isn't he from Scary Movie?
Yes, completely. Like, and a bunch of other like
You remember
really
him
naughty
in
things.
Scary Movie, like way back in the day. Also, I freaking love Scary
Strong
Movie.
hand.
That's Scary Movie too, but he's like, my terms. I freaking love that movie.
I do that like once a day.
Mom, I told you to stop disturbing when I'm cleaning my room. God. It's so good. It's so good. All right, it says here, at JWhite1811 says, can we talk about the creepy villain lighting via fireplace with Veronica's parents? It's so true, but like they have a different filter. They're not in the Valencia filter, right? Because I feel like the Cooper, Betty, and anytime they show the Coopers, that's like the Rise.
They're like
filter.
Ludwig. Oh, okay.
Like the regular everyday is like
Rise.
Valencia. And then the Veronica's parents, what are they? They're like the really dark one. What's it called?
Yeah.
It's like
I think it's XX Pro.
I think it is XX Pro that has like the contrast is up a lot.
Yeah.
But you're so right, because I think that we're supposed to be like intimidated every single time we see them, and I just feel like they're 10 times hotter than what I remember.
Yeah. And I just love when she walked out of the room and the parents were still holding the hands.
Yeah.
It was like,
He's like, your father didn't write that, and he's like, she did it for us.
Do you think that is true? Or do you think she was trying to protect him?
I don't know.
Do you think Hermione really wrote that letter?
I think I would love your like twist. I think that
What was my twist?
That Hermione, or no, that like she didn't write it, but she's trying to cover for him.
Yes, that's what I think. I think she didn't really write it, but Hiram did write it, but she's just trying to like.
But then
make
why
peace
wouldn't she
within
be
the family.
pissed about it?
Maybe she will be in private, but like we just haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, they're just like so to them. I'm just like, what is your marriage?
Yeah, right.
It reminds me of like
she
Spy
also got a
Kids,
letter.
remember? Like when we found out that the Spy Kids parents, who was it in
I
Spy
never
Kids?
saw
It's
that.
like Antonio Banderas and somebody
I
else.
never saw that.
Spy Kids is like basically like they.
But I know
there's
what
like
you're talking about.
Yeah, there's like this scene where they start pulling out all these like guns and they have like this lair and stuff like that. I feel like that's the logic.
What
like,
happened to that actress?
She was in.
She was just on Dancing with the Stars, and she's dating that guy from.
She was in
your
that
show.
horrible earthquake movie that I loved so
San
much.
Andreas?
Yes.
I love that movie.
She played The Rock's wife.
What?
Yeah.
Are we talking about the daughter?
Wait, no, I don't think we're talking
Alexa
about the same
Vega?
movie.
No. I'm talking about. Are we talking about the daughter in Spy Kids, like the young girl in Spy Kids?
Alexa Vega.
Isn't she married to
Carlos Pena from BTS.
Big Time Rush?
Not
You guys are-
BTS.
this is
Big
just-
Time Rush.
and the kid, and I guess the guy in Spy Kids, I think he's dating Meghan Trainor.
What?
Yeah, because I saw them come into Victoria's Secret a couple weeks ago.
Whoa.
Because I work in
What was
Victoria's
her
Secret.
bra size?
I didn't measure her, but she was super sweet.
Oh my god, I love her.
But I just noticed her, and then everyone was like, oh my god, she was with the kid from Spy Kids. And I was like,
whoa, that's so weird and
I know.
random. What was his name? This
I don't
something
know.
weird in Spy
I don't
Kids.
remember.
It was like, I'm so doofy, but
that's a real man going into VS with her. Love it.
I freaking can't.
Oh, also speaking of Victoria's Secret, Cheryl was totally wearing a Victoria's Secret bra.
Who?
Cheryl.
Oh, yeah.
God, she is so hot.
She's so hot.
She's so hot. Yeah, so anyways, back to the show that we're supposed to be talking about. So I'm just like really interested in terms of what this whole Pops being saved is gonna mean and what Betty's mom was talking about, because also I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I really don't think it's that big of a deal, bitch. Like, calm down.
No, she like blamed everything on Betty. Like, way to put the entire world of problems on top of Betty.
Yeah.
Like, poor thing. She's only trying to do good.
And maybe because these two people were killed also, that might lead to Archie getting discovered because of the drugs. Because it was interesting that Jughead, when he was narrating at the end, he said, for the first night, whatever, Archie went to sleep and he would wake up to his worst nightmare. So it's like, why Archie specifically?
That's true. And because right then they cut to those two being killed. So it's like, why is that his worst nightmare?
Right. Unless it's just like, he went to bed and like...
And someone else got killed.
Somebody else got killed.
Yeah.
All because you went to bed.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding. But I think that it is now supposed to be like, who is this killer? And how...
Wait!
Oh my God.
Sorry, do you think it's his worst nightmare? Because maybe somehow Archie's gun got in the hands of that guy and...
How? He went to bed with
I
it.
don't know. I don't know, but his fingerprints are gonna be on it.
No, I think that the gun is now Archie's gun, like the gun that
Or do you
he
think they
used.
were showing the shooting from earlier that night and Dilton gave him that gun?
Yeah.
Or the original gun that
that's
shot
good.
Jason
You know?
is what I mean. The
Yeah,
original
yeah,
gun
that's
that
what I was
shot
saying. Like,
Jason.
but I thought they found that gun.
Did they?
I don't know, but I can't remember.
Maybe
but
it like somehow got
Right,
back
that
out.
would be
That happened
interesting.
earlier that night. Shot, given to Archie, Archie's fingerprints. Now, all over it.
I like it.
And
like
the
it a
keeper
lot.
of the gun.
Oh man, that's good.
You know?
That's really good.
Oh.
I'm trying to
Because he
think.
did make himself look guilty talking to the sheriff.
Yeah.
Okay, that's literally what's gonna happen next week.
Yeah.
At Clever,
I'm like,
Clever,
yes.
yeah, I like that. At Clever Babes says, do you think we know Grundy's ex? So like, or do you think that, like, do you think they'll get into that again, or do you think that was it? I kind of think that.
I think that might have been it. That might have been a.
I don't think
yeah.
we know them, but I think that it'll come back.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. At Julia_Hawkins says, I almost cried when Veronica's dad walks in and Betty and Kevin go, Daddy.
I know, it was so
also,
good.
Veronica,
Bye.
if you're gonna call your dad Daddy, then you can't call your boyfriend Daddy.
Ew, that was disgusting.
Which is super
Made me
like
nauseous.
a throwback to the comics as well.
Made me nauseous, though.
But which we learned from Major tonight. You guys, Major's like super obsessed with Archie.
I know. Thank God for Major, though.
Yeah,
for
thank
him,
God.
For real.
But I do think that it's kind of weird because I call my dad Daddy, and because of that, I would never call my boyfriend
No,
Daddy.
that's-
just,
Right,
you know,
right.
'cause that's also weird. Also, he is a daddy, so that's also kind of
Yeah,
weird,
no,
you
it's
know.
disgusting.
Let me see here. So I don't know, you guys. Any predictions for next week's episode? Mr. Cooper is back, so maybe we will get something about that.
I still think, I don't know why I still think that he's just, those eyes, they
Yeah.
just look so similar.
The face
but,
that in that first episode does look a lot like
but
him.
it just doesn't make sense for him to kill those two
no,
kids.
it doesn't.
So I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense.
We also missed a little Polly, too, with
Oh yeah.
the twins. It is twins. She's having twins.
At SB Burrito says she didn't write the letter. Hiram thanked her at Pops for saying that she did. So
We missed that, I
we
guess.
must have missed that.
Oh, guys, sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, that's juicy.
I feel like we were listening really intently during that part,
I
though.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, it makes sense, though.
It does.
We were onto it.
And I don't even think that that's that big of a deal. I just feel like this just was just supposed to show us that like their marriage, like clearly like they are in this together, and
Yeah.
like Veronica doesn't stand a chance against her parents, which is kind of scary, but that's what it is.
I think
Yeah.
Hermione
But
just
that
like
came
loves
from
money, and that,
Stephanie. So thanks, Steph.
I think that Hermione just loves money, and like she's willing to stay with her husband to live this like, lavish life, which is just so sad.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
All right, you guys. Until next week.
Yes.
Anything you guys want to see next week?
More drums.
Yeah, I want to get back to the core.
Yeah.
core
Yeah.
I want Archie to kind of like, I want them to be onto him
Yeah.
more, but.
And I wonder how Kevin's gonna react to Moose's death.
Aw, that's really sad.
Oh, I know, that is sad.
Yeah, we have to wrap this up though because I have to pee like
Yeah,
a
I do,
freaking
too.
No, I feel you. I feel you.
Alright.
Okay.
You guys, thanks so much for tuning in.
I mean, someone said that we should continue with
I
it.
think
saw
we're
that.
doing it. I'm sorry.
whatever. All right, we're gonna do it. Somebody
doing-
saw it. The fans have spoken.
Okay.
You guys, if you have friends, loved ones, boyfriends, girlfriends that are watching Riverdale and are not watching the after show, make sure you tell them. Use the hashtag RiverdaleAS to keep in touch with us, and we'll be back next Wednesday for another Riverdale after show. Okay. All right, you guys ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
Daddy. Screwed it.